Hi, I'm Chad with Move Guitar. This lesson is from our series Beginner Jazz Chords. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you 3 different ways to play a dominant 13 chord. First off, if you like all the chord diagrams for this series, including the diagrams for this lesson, you can download our free eGuide, Beginner Jazz Chords, by clicking the link on the screen. So I'm going to teach you 3 ways to play a dominant 13 chord. And a dominant 13 chord is very common in jazz, blues, and funk. And it's interchangeable with any dominant 7 type chord. So a dominant 7, dominant 9, all those dominant chords are interchangeable with each other. So the first one with the root on the 6th string sounds like this. And that's actually a G13, and that's because, like all these chords I've been showing you, the root is the lowest note in the chord in the voicing, and the lowest note that I'm holding right now is a G. So this is a G13, but if I moved it up here, my lowest note would be an A, this would be an A13. So just like all these chords I'm showing you in this series, it's a movable chord, there's no open strings. So the way you fret this voicing is with your first finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, your second finger on the 4th string, 3rd fret, your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and your 4th finger is creating a little bar on the 2nd and 1st string in the 5th fret. So it's a pretty big stretch if you're not used to that, to spread your fingers like that and have your 4th finger reach out and create that little bar. And the way this one is voiced is root, flat 7, 3, 13, 9. Or the other version I'm going to show you is just like this one, except you're not creating that bar, so it'd be like this. So you're holding it the exact same way, and it's still a G13 chord. It's just you're not creating a bar with your 4th finger, you're just muting the 1st string out. So it's 1st finger, 6th string, 3rd fret, 2nd finger, 4th string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 3rd string, 4th fret, and then 4th finger, 2nd string, 5th fret. That's another really common way to play a 13 chord, a dominant 13 chord. So the last way I'm going to show you has a root on the 5th string, and that one sounds like this. And this is a C13 because, again, the lowest note is a root and the lowest note I'm holding is a C note. But if I moved it here, my lowest note would be a D. This would be a D13. So it's a movable chord, no open strings. And the way you fret this is with your 2nd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, your 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, your 3rd finger is creating a little bar on the 3rd and 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and then you have to reach your 4th finger way out on the 1st string, 5th fret. So it's a pretty big stretch if you're not used to it. So if you really struggle with that, you could remove the root, take that out like I told you in another chord. You don't have to have the root in the chord because usually that note is covered by the other musicians. And then you could just use your 2nd finger to create that little bar and take your 3rd finger out, and then it would just be a rootless voicing of a dominant 13 chord, still a C13 chord. And the full version like this, you may notice, is just like the dominant 9 that I showed in a previous lesson, except you're using your 4th finger to reach out and fret the 1st string and the 5th fret. So if I could go back and forth from a dominant 9 to this 13. And that's a really common thing to do. And this one is voiced root, 3, flat 7, 9, 13. So that's 3 ways to play a dominant 13 chord. If you'd like to learn more beginner jazz chords, be sure to check out the rest of the lessons in this series. And be sure to download the eGuide. Like I said, it contains all the diagrams for the chords in this lesson, plus all the diagrams for the chords in the whole series. It'll be really useful to you. And be sure to subscribe because we have at least one new lesson every day.